Nice. I made Joker George Costanza one time.
Oh,
maybe I'll put that on the website in the show notes.
I'm not even gonna finish this. That's way funnier. Joker George Costanza,
pretty good. Remember, there was that there was a meme going around for a while that was, "We live in a society."
No, I got it.
It was like a Joker meme.
Okay.
Anyway, then somebody made a Costanza joke about that meme. This was years ago.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't ringing any sort of bell for me at all. I want to help you.
But it clicked for me because it sounds like something George Costanza would say. Like, we live in a society, right. You know, like
He didn't really do much after Seinfeld, did he?
Oh, he does shit.
No, he does shit, but like nothing.
Broadway. Nothing on TV. He does little bullshit stuff on TV and movies now.
Nothing I've been comedically excited about since Seinfeld.
No.
Right.
He does a lot of what's that dude's name?
Jason Alexander.
Jason Alexander. Yeah, he does a lot of.
I can never do that.
You nailed it just now. That's exactly what his name is. He does theater.
Okay. He's like a real actor.
Yeah.
Who just.
And that's why he talks like that too, I think.
Yeah. He like projects and acts.
Yeah.
Overly so at times.
Yeah.
But it was perfect for George Costanza.
Mm-hmm.
Little did we know. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about Seinfeld kind of recently in the kind of like comedy zeitgeist. You know, there's a lot of comedians that are referencing him a lot. And there's like a few shows I've come across where people are doing something based on them watching Seinfeld or something like that.
I made a connection recently when I quoted what's his name, Mr. Wonderful, that little white guy,
Jason Alexander.
No, you like this guy. He's a very slight man. He's white, but he kind of. I think there's a joke about his face looks kind of Asian.
Huh.
There's a horse in the hospital. Right? Nothing,
dude.
He wears a suit.
He's a stand-up comedian?
Yes.
There's a horse in the hospital.
It's a horse in the hospital.
I don't know. Is it Jason Alexander?
God damn it.
I'm sorry. Welcome to episode 52.
I didn't turn on Do Not Disturb, so if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. At this point, they're going to be waiting for it. I feel like it's an Easter egg now.
Yeah, for
every episode. That happens in the first 5 minutes of every episode, so it's not.
We'll let the fans point it out.
Sure. Point it out, Brad.
Horse in the hospital. It was like a Donald Trump joke.
I don't know.
This John Mulaney.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've never heard the horse in the hospital bit. Anyway,
all of his delivery is just
over the top kind of.
To me, it's just Seinfeld. Because I was doing the line, like saying the line from that bit, and I went, "Oh, wait, did I just do a Seinfeld? I'm doing it like Seinfeld, like with the delivery." And I don't know if I'm doing that just because when I'm quoting a stand-up comic, the go-to is to do a Seinfeld style delivery of it, or if that's how he talks. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's like our age a little bit. I think there was definitely a period of time, probably like a decade, where when you're talking about stand-up comedy or impersonating it, you do Seinfeld's delivery of like the airplane peanuts or something.
Right. Or like whatever the joke is, you're gonna remember the details of the joke, but then quote
What's
it
up
out.
With that?
Right. You're gonna deliver it in Seinfeld voice.
Yeah. And that's because there wasn't that many like famous stand-up comedians, I think, back then.
Yeah.
At least not that I remember, but now there's like hundreds.
I mean,
there was, but not like now where it's just
everyone's a stand-up
somebody comedian. Can be a crazy successful comedian / podcaster for 10 years and you've never heard of them.
Sure.
But then you go and look up their stuff and they have a crazy catalog. Yeah. That's happened to me 1,000 times.
Sure.
There's too much comedy.
When I like found out about Tracy Morgan because of 30 Rock, and then went back and listened to every single
and then you hear
special.
Other comedians talk about him. They're like, he's a fucking legend. And you're like, what? I didn't even know he did stand-up. I thought he was just this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tracy Morgan's a good one. I heard he's like one of those guys that's like Tracy, like he's that guy all the time. Like he's always going to do the funny thing, even if it's going to put him in jail or something.
Sure.
He's going to like be playing that part.
That's fun.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. I had a stranger flag me down while I was walking out of the gym this past Saturday.
Is this a gay thing?
No. I was done with my workout. I'm walking down the aisle. This guy, probably mid to late 40s, black dude, bald, looked relatively unassuming, like went out of his way to get my attention. My headphones are in and everything. Get my attention to flag me down. And I was like, oh, do I know this person? And I don't remember or something. And I walk over to him and he just, out of the kindness of his heart, I don't even really know where this came from. He thought he would let me know that I just looked like a scary person. He's like, man, you look like scary, dude. And I was like, what? And he's like, with what you're wearing. And he's like, you're a big guy, and with what you're wearing and everything. He's like, you look like a scary dude.
Okay.
He's wearing sweatpants. And a sweatshirt, like I do all the time. And he's like, because he saw my reaction to that, which was not positive.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm not like, he's just like, if we were like, as people of color, he went there right away. Like, brother, as people of color, my brother. If you were like at an ATM with a bunch of white people looking all warm and comfortable, I don't know. That's how I felt. They'd probably be a little scared of you. And I was like, tight.
Is he paying you a compliment?
He's like trying to like bro up to me to be like, I don't know.
Because you're at the gym.
I guess.
So you want to look scary.
Well, here's the thing, though.
The premise that he's going with is like, good job looking scary.
Give me literally any context. Because I'm done. He didn't like walk up to me after I had just finished a set or something, lifting heavy things, and was like, you look like an animal, dog. High five. No, he was like, I'm like drinking water, walking to the exit, and he's like, you should probably know at the beginning of your day that you're terrifying. Later.
Don't make mean faces at white people, or you might get the cops called on you. What is he saying?
Yeah, and then it was just like, all right, God bless. And that was 9 a.m., dude. And I had to just finish Saturday thinking about that every time I was around white people. Like trying to smile a bunch and, be small. I don't know.
Yeah, like you already have that problem. He didn't need to tell you that.
Yeah, man.
Like you already felt that way. He just confirmed everything in your mind.
I was like, I wear black sweats and a black sweatshirt to draw as little attention to myself as humanly possible. He's like, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
What are you, 6'9"?
No, dude, I'm in the gym and I'm fat. It's like hard to be me right now. Yeah. That's why I have this face on.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think it was a compliment, though. But then he gave the example of the ATM thing. Like he
did.
Gave that was not. Example.
I did not add that.
I can't find out if he's trying to compliment you or not.
As people of color, my dude, you should know you scare white people. Just
like, is he telling you to like put on start wearing a T-shirt that says "I won't hurt you"?
He gave me nothing, dude. He was just like, "You get it, right?" And I was like, "I'm not sure."
Was he a large black guy?
He was a medium-sized, like, he looked like he was an English teacher or something. He was a black guy with a bald head. He looked friendly. He had, like, a pot belly, He wasn't...
I think he was jealous.
Maybe.
I think he's jealous. That's why he's at the gym, is because he wants to get scary. I think it was he was trying to be like, obviously you're killing it. Because you're a big, scary guy.
I get the theory, and I appreciate you defending this man, but, like, I'm still just a fat guy. Like, I've been in the gym for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So I'm not, like, walking around with my rippling triceps.
But you do carry your weight well when you get big. Like,
I guess.
And before you get muscly, you still carry your weight well. You don't look like you're a big fat guy. You look beefy. Like, in a positive way.
Terrifying and beefy, okay.
But terrifying.
What other adjectives do you guys got for me?
I'm just saying you don't look like a fatty when you get heavy.
Well, I appreciate
you just
that.
Look more solid.
But that doesn't, to me, that doesn't clear anything up.
I think he was complimenting you. I think he was saying...
He certainly wore it on his face after we ended that exchange. Like, he was like...
He was paying deference to you. He was like when people come to me and say, nice beard, which with this fucking COVID, I don't get that very often anymore, but because of all the masks.
I haven't seen you in a mask in a while now that we're...
my beard looks insane. Like it looks stupid with the mask on because it's all coming out the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I take my mask off and there's a crease in it.
Yeah. I see, usually I see like old guys with a big long white beard.
Mm-hmm.
Who pick the smallest mask they can possibly find.
Right, like just goes over their lips.
Right, or they wear it over their nose and they talk out the bottom. But I've seen that more than once. Not sure if it's worse or better. Probably worse, right? So
worse.
You should
gotta be worse because the mouth projects more than the nose.
Sure, I don't know.
Although
old men always have snot hanging from their mustache.
Let's just knock out this COVID topic. I saw this week. There's a company making masks for your nose.
Just your nose?
For just your nose.
Is it like a joke?
It is not a joke. You wear it under your mask.
Oh.
It's a nose mask that you wear under your mask. And then when you go out to a restaurant or whatever and you're eating, you can maintain what little amount of protection is possible by keeping your nose mask on while you're eating and drinking.
So it's just a skinnier mask?
It's just a little small mask. I think maybe it's a little bit nose shaped, but mostly it's just like if you got your mask and there's the ties on the side, right? Or the ear loops on the side, same ear loops, but then instead of going to a 5-inch by 4-inch rectangle, it's going to like a 2-inch by 3-inch rectangle. And then that goes over your nose.
Are you interested?
I bought 8 of them. I ordered 8.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just catch COVID. If that's okay. That's fine.
I have been wearing 2 masks.
Really?
Per Fauci. I wear a cloth mask and then a surgical mask over top, or a medical. One of the blue and white ones.
Yeah, I haven't been compelled to go 2 masks. I generally work to keep my distance.
I don't do that everywhere, every time. But when I'm going into high-risk situations, like any store in Stockton, because more and more, like COVID is over in Stockton as far as the population is concerned. COVID is over because I can't go into a store without there being 4 people in there without masks on.
Yeah. I think
small stores, not obviously, Target, Safeway and shit.
Yeah,
still,
I'm not having that same experience because I'm not going into smaller stores.
Gas station, liquor store.
Oh.
I'm seeing more and more people without masks on.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, maybe they're vaccinated.
That's going to be the next thing is there's going to be a segment of the population that's vaccinated and the segment of the population that's not. And the people that are not vaccinated are going to grow impatient and just act like they're vaccinated.
Yep. They look just like us.
Which is whatever. I mean, what are you going to do?
Did you watch that Emile Hirsch movie that I told you to watch?
No.
At the beginning of COVID?
Not yet.
Freaks?
Did I watch Freaks?
Someone where they look just like us.
Where they're in the house or whatever?
They're in the house,
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
like
yeah.
their nose or their eye bleeds or something.
Yeah, I really like that movie. It was
Really good movie. That's what that, They Look Just Like Us,
Right.
is the billboards and shit in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like a person, but just with like one drop of blood coming out of their eye.
Yeah.
They look just like us.
Yeah, that movie was something else. I really enjoyed that. Now that
I
you remind me.
loved that movie. It was so good.
Yeah.
I think we probably talked about it on the show after you watched it, because I
Yeah.
had specifically suggested you watch it
Was in
at the
that
beginning of Film.
Jason Alexander?
Jason Alexander is the main character
He
in that
plays a
movie.
little kid?
No, the grandpa is somebody, though, that I know from some other shit.
Yeah, I can't picture him. I'd have to see him again.
It's like real white-haired. Very, very white-haired. Anyway,
Yeah. So, yeah.
might be Jason Alexander.
Terrifying. There's nose masks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on these days.
Yeah. How about the gym? People wear masks?
You have to.
Good.
It is seemingly picking up a little bit,
Mhm.
which I'm not stoked about because I was enjoying the experience, the relative not waitingness.
Sure.
But it is what it is. People want to be there, so people are not being dicks about,
Right.
not wiping the machines down and
Mm-hmm.
wearing your mask and all that. There's a lot of people that you'll see pull it down over their nose if they have some room. Me being one of them.
Sure.
If you're like breathing heavy,
Mhm.
But it seems mostly respectful and people kind of get it. So
Yeah.
I think it's positive. I personally am like, I pray that they don't take it away again because it's like exactly what I needed in my life to feel human again for a period of time. I didn't realize what that was doing for my life and what not working out was doing to my life.
Sure.
I don't know.
I might start working out someday. Someday.
We'll let that hang in
Someday.
the air. Well, you should.
Yeah.
Well, you were like walking and shit and biking there for a while and then started working a million.
Well, my appendix ruptured. That's what got me back off the exercise.
Yeah. What were you doing before that besides walking and biking?
I was actually doing high intensity interval running and cycling, which after I had lost the weight,
Mm-hmm.
like the big weight, running ain't that bad.
No, it gets way easier.
Like, it's so much easier to run when you're not like boom, boom, boom,
Right.
bouncing
Your
all your
knees don't
whole,
hurt and shit.
all of the soft parts of me were just like going up and down on every hit.
Yeah.
And it's like literally hurts almost. Like, it's uncomfortable
Right.
on every part of you.
Yeah.
But then I lost, the big chunk of weight with the crazy ass dieting I was doing. And then, I was like,
Oh, this is different.
yeah, like now I get it. Like when I was fat, it didn't feel good, as I just said. But like they would, people would talk about, oh, it feels like I'm flying or whatever. It's like, no, it feels like I'm falling down the whole time.
10 minutes
Right?
of falling.
Like lumbering forward, just trying not to fall down the whole way.
Right.
Versus after losing the weight, I get it. Like I could feel the flying,
Right. And then you feel for the first time maybe, runner's high and shit like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Which is its own thing.
Yeah, I never got that, but it did feel good.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good to be able to get in shape enough to get to the point where you can zone out while you're doing something
Mhm.
like that, even if it's biking or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Biking, cycling. Now talk about runner's high. I assume it's very similar to what I would get from riding a bike
yeah.
because I would just wander town.
Yeah,
Riding
just
my
get in the
bike.
rhythm and your music or whatever.
Mhm.
And, yeah. It's
Lose an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's
Easy.
dope. I'm not super heavy on the cardio right now because I'm still quite large, but I'm doing biking and the elliptical every day. That's where I'm at on that. And then going really hard on weightlifting, which, because that's just my strength right now. I have
Mhm.
the mass behind me to do that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, let me build while while I can.
Mm-hmm.
And similar in a different way, where after the first couple of weeks of doing everything and having a few chances to heal up and everything, it's like, oh, my frame feels sturdier. I don't feel like hurty and frail all over. And like when I do run or jump around or something like that, it's like doesn't feel like a catastrophe.
Yeah.
It feels like, my legs
two
are
trains hitting each other.
So yeah, it's been good. And, confidence boost and all that good stuff.
Sure. You're not going to be fasting. You don't fast it and exercise, right?
I've never fasted while exercising. No.
I would say probably don't. Maybe do your own research. I think that's how you're going to like fall down and die.
I mean, I'm not against it. But it wouldn't be the same kind of working out. I probably wouldn't lift weights for sure.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, because recently I saw a thumbnail for an article that was, this 18-year-old female bodybuilder eats 150 eggs a day.
Well, shit.
And I went, that makes sense, because she's bigger than you.
Right.
But it's all muscle.
Right. And
150 eggs a day sounds right.
Yeah, and a few injections of human growth hormone.
Who knows what? But yeah, but
did she have a mustache?
She did not have a mustache. She actually had kind of a pretty face. Not. I mean,
did she have a strong chin?
She had a strong jaw muscles.
Okay.
But no, she had a nice...
Those are jowls. Those come from the steroids.
She had a feminine face, but it was strong also.
She looked like she could take a punch.
Oh, yeah. But I think, 150 eggs is probably
a lot of fucking eggs.
Like basis for her diet, but I imagine not the only thing she's eating.
150 eggs.
How many did...
Every day.
I think every day she eats 150 eggs.
I'm pulling out my phone right now to do some math.
How many eggs did Paul Newman eat at the end of... So
out of a 24-hour day, that's 6.25 eggs an hour.
That's not that many.
But she's not awake 24 hours.
Yeah, also, I'm saying 6.25. If you're eating 150 eggs a day, you could probably eat a dozen eggs in like 10 minutes.
Do 6 eggs.
She probably swallows them whole, bro.
Do 6 eggs an hour for 2 hours and let me know how you feel. Just give me 12 in 2 hours. You'd probably be vomiting.
Remember that time I tried to drink a gallon of milk at your apartment?
It sounds like a you thing.
Yeah. We did a dairy challenge.
What's a more realistic?
I think it was me.
Let's say 10 hours.
Jeremiah and somebody else. Trini. Oh, but Trini tapped out real early.
Yeah, Trini's always been a bitch.
And mostly everyone there was begging me and Jeremiah to stop, because it was like there's no way to finish it.
I'm not recalling
without vomiting
the specifics of this memory, but my knowledge of both of you at the time is kind of helping my imagination do this. And I could see how Jeremiah would be entering a dangerous, aggressive approach to this, and then you committed.
It was a joke to me. Yeah, it was a joke.
You committed to bits. So yeah, that could get out of hand really quick.
That was actually the same night as you slapping Trini across the face for that.
That's on brand.
For that a very specific quote that I'm wondering if you remember the quote.
Not at all.
Really?
I don't remember a lot of stuff these days.
That's fair. That was also heavy drinking time. I mean, I know that.
That's been going on for me.
Yeah. I'll edit this out for posterity if need be. Fucking named Ben.
There it is.
And you, by the end of the night, slapped him across the face so hard he fell down.
I'm proud of him.
From it. He said, you had told him to stop. like multiple times you had told him to stop saying that, and then the last time he said it, you just fucking it's like fucking open him, fucking slap that dude in the face, and he fell down. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was solid. It was
I like that shit.
Yeah,
I'm glad you told me that. I don't remember that at all.
it was a wild night.
Yeah.
I started that night off pretending that I was drinking shot after shot of vodka out of the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kept like sneaking away into the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
and pouring myself a shot of water
Okay.
and then like taking shots.
Okay.
But then I ended up actually getting drunk and trying to drink a gallon of milk. So
Oh, that's terrible strategy to.
neither of those was a very good bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying stuff at that point in your life.
Sure, we were young.
your GI tract could take a lot of abuse in that regard, but just rookie mistake. You never chase liquor with milk, which I'm sure you didn't know.
I don't know how much liquor I actually drank that night.
Well, you did get drunk, you said.
I ended up getting drunk, but I was drunk.
Yeah, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've really seen you drunk.
I can count on maybe at most 3 hands the number of times I've gotten really drunk.
Wow. You weren't a drinker.
I've never been a big drinker.
It's good.
I mean, when we first started drinking, remember me trying to take a shot of vodka?
Yeah, we'd have to go in the bathroom.
Yeah, I think we've told that story on here.
Yeah, all of us would just be up there like, you can do it, man.
Yeah, y'all were like rooting me on.
We want you to be part of this with us. That was that should have been a commercial.
Yeah.
Like an anti-drinking campaign.
For
They
sure.
could have just put a camera in the house for 2 days.
Because for me, hard alcohol.
Do you want to be Jeff Pannebecker?
Do you want everyone to fucking hate you?
Are your hands registered lethal weapons?
Oh. That dude, you know what was great? The one really fun thing about Jeff Pannebecker at that time, he's an okay guy now.
He's a nice guy.
He's fine now. But at the time, he was the worst. But the one redeeming factor, redeeming to us at least, to me at that time, was that he would fight anyone.
Really?
No matter what, anytime, if somebody wanted to fight that guy, he would fight them. And almost exclusively, very quickly lose the fight.
Really?
But he would, oh man, he was ready to fucking fight anybody.
See, I
Just
never
get his
saw
ass
him.
fucking handed to him.
I never saw that out of him. I never saw him fight. I always saw him I'm a fight guy. He talked about it. So my whole perception of Jeff Pannebecker was that guy talks about fighting all the time, but he never fights.
I feel like he was always fighting people out front of the Purple House.
No, he was always ready to, like you said, I guess.
I think he just got beat so quick you didn't notice he got in a fight.
Yeah, me and him got into it a couple of times, wrestling fighting, and that was always fun.
Sure.
But that was with intention. That was the Thunderdome. You remember the Thunderdome? Well, we just wrestled on the hardwood floor until somebody started bleeding and quit.
I wasn't around for that.
Yeah, well, that happened, and
it was good.
I think I was undefeated.
Sounds right. You were the only wrestler.
I was the only wrestler,
yeah.
And I was the only one that exercised.
Yeah, I feel like Jeff was always getting in fights with people and losing.
Yeah,
at that time.
That checks out. He also was a really, really, really good liar. Really bad, a really terrible, entertaining liar. That's probably the better way to put that.
It was entertaining. He was good at lying in that his lies were entertaining.
Right,
but it was really clearly not true.
No, yeah, I want, if we ever were to make a show, I would want him in the writer's room to just be tell us about your life.
Yeah. I think he moved to Wyoming to be with a girl that he met on
the internet.
Yeah, World of Warcraft or something.
Yeah. I saw him a few years ago and he looked completely different. Like he had shaved his head and put on some weight and stuff. He just looked like a completely different guy. I think he might have been with a lady somewhere that didn't make sense to me. Like maybe it was a school function or something. I don't know, but
I don't know too. He had
grown up a bit.
Yeah, he came back. He came back a few years ago, and
seemed like a great guy. Nice guy.
Last time I saw him, he was trying to break into stand up. He's going to be doing stand up.
I could see him doing stand up if he
keeps lying about his life.
I mean,
funnily
stuck with it for long enough.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he was an all right guy. He had some quirks, but we all had some weird quirks.
So did we all. Yeah. I mean, we all lived essentially in a dilapidated.
Sure.
What would you call that? It's like a squat house, pretty much.
It was basically a squat house. If you've ever seen a horror film that involved a sanitarium, you would have a very good idea of what the bathroom looked like in that house. Especially the shower.
Yeah, the shower that Kenneth built.
I'm talking rewind to the shower that was there. That was like a 6 foot by 6 foot closet with no light inside of it, with black rusted out floors and paint peeling off the walls of it.
Yeah, I'm remembering that now. I remember the after effect of, I don't know if it got ripped out or something, but then Kenneth made one out of PVC pipe and shit around the bathtub. Oh. They didn't have an actual...
I actually do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was handy that way.
Mm-hmm. Now, didn't they move somewhere, too?
I don't know.
Away?
I haven't really caught up with any of them in a long time.
I liked Kenneth.
Kenneth was always solid.
Yeah.
He'd get a little, like, rowdy sometimes when he got too drunk.
Uh-huh.
But for the most part, you could always count on Kenneth to be a solid dude.
Yeah. He was a good guy.
He stuck up for the girls. He always had a solution for problems.
Mm-hmm.
He always dropped money on things when he could.
Yeah.
He couldn't ask for much more from a crew member. Yeah. That's about it. And then everybody else... It was like basically always like me and Kenneth that were like funding things.
Oh, for sure. Y'all were the only ones who had real jobs.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Good times though. I don't regret it. Most of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Wild shit in that Purple House.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe we were like legal adults at that time doing all those things.
Right?
I'm like, I'm flabbergasted.
Millennial life.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for what is almost certainly going to be a message about Mama and the Man-Child.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Fucking make a name, Ben.
Listen in on the quirky conversations between a woman with opinions, convictions, and energy, and her man-child of a husband who brings it together with banter and the not-so-occasional moderately inappropriate response. Mama and the Man-Child, featuring Ben and Becky, is now available at DangerouslyStrange.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back for a second time. George didn't quite hit the record button.
I pressed the space bar instead of pressing record.
We forgive you, bud. Here we are for the second leg of episode 52. Funny thing, if you listen once a week, that's an episode. That's a year's worth of episodes.
That's right. You nailed it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, you know, I figured that out all on myself. All over myself.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's enough of that. Dirty talk. Here's your charging cord. You're looking for?
No, that's for my phone.
For your phone? Doesn't do both?
No. That's a lightning cable.
Apple
Yeah.
ripping ya.
The charger for your phone would charge my vape. It's just USB-C.
Oh, you were talking about vape. I thought you were looking for your phone charger. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, no, I was talking about my vape charger.
Oh.
I was talking about my vape being dead, not my phone.
Oh, that whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was only vape talk on my end.
Cool.
Although my phone is at like 7%. So, but that's how I keep it.
It runs better that way. It runs cooler.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah. Podcasting.
You live your life so much different than I do.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, my phone's at 88%. I can't let it go below 90. Pick that bad boy up. Slap that on there. Can we get a charging case in here, somebody?
Yeah, no, I want to use my phone more than I want to charge it.
Sure, I get that.
So I don't charge it a lot.
I just always have a charger in reach. My life is set up that way. I've first of all, my phone doesn't even charge with a cable. Hasn't for like over a year. So I have to use those.
Like it can't?
Like it cannot.
You don't have a charging hole on your phone?
No, like it just stopped working at some point.
Ah, you need a new phone.
Yeah, I did a year ago.
Right.
And so I just have to charge it on those docks. So I have one on my desk at work. I have a couple around the house. So I'm always just like setting my phone on a charger. It's like a reflex at this point.
Sure.
So I'm always pretty good, except for right before bed when I need it most.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually
sure. In both of the houses where I spend my time, usually there's not a good place to charge it. Unless I'm sitting at this table, because I have this extension cord set up. All the other places where I would be using my phone are not near enough to an outlet.
Not near enough in the sense that you wouldn't be able to pick it up and also use it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to comfortably use it.
How long does it take your phone to charge?
I don't know, like half an hour.
Can it not for half an hour?
Sometimes. It takes like an hour to fully charge. But it takes like half an hour to get like 70%.
I'll just go put it on the charger and watch an episode of, whatever you watch.
I don't watch TV anymore.
Hogwash.
Well, it is hogwash, but I
started watching Broad City recently.
That's a good show.
It's a great show.
Gotta love Hannibal.
Yeah. And
not to mention the amazing comedians who are the stars of that show.
Yeah, that was super sexist. You're like, you gotta love that one reoccurring, sometimes probably in it 8 times total male comedian, right? No, it's good. It's a good show. I watched probably the first season when it was on TV, and then never really caught it again. And then now it's on Hulu in its entirety, and Becky likes it, so slam dunk. Anytime I can find a show that she's as into as I am, like binge time, baby.
It's a very funny show.
It's very funny.
But also, fuck Hulu for making me watch advertisements with a paid account.
Sorry, dude.
Did you see that in the ad break last week? Bradley did a promo for.
And you might have showed me that actually, but I don't think it was mentioned anything about you.
He did a promo for that TV show.
Huh.
The Rick and Morty knockoff TV show.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Oh yeah, I just did a clip. The video over that on the YouTube just is the Dangerously Strange logo, and it says, also, fuck Hulu for making me pay and watch advertisements.
We're going to get demonetized the second we get monetized.
Yeah.
It's fine.
More or less.
I'm not super attached to Hulu at this point, but I gotta back off the gas slowly because now the kids are into it.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago, huh? That
I think so.
That one. That's right. The Johnson & Johnson & Johnson & Johnson & Johnson & Johnson & Johnson was this week's ad from Bradley.
Nice.
This last week's.
Nice. You pulled that. I like that. Go Bradley.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else is on our minds? Fuck, man. It's getting hot already, which I'm not super excited about. I thought we had a month at least. Nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
For the YouTubes.
Use that one I sent you, too, for the Odin beard.
Which one did you send me?
Odenbeard pills.
Oh, yeah, we can fuck with that. Odenbeard. Alicia really liked that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a super good picture that you sent me, so I'm just using it for all kinds of shit.
Sure. I woke up in the morning and I saw it. Like, I looked in the mirror and my hair was just that.
Uh-huh.
And I went, oh, I got to send this to Ben. And I went and stood in front of the door and took the picture. And then I didn't send it to you. And then later in the day, we were hanging out. I'm scrolling through my phone. And Alicia goes, what's that picture? What's that picture from? Who'd you send that to? I was like,
you almost got yourself in trouble.
Well, I mean, there's no trouble to get in, but I was just like, I don't know. Like, I had forgotten taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to it and I look at it and I go, I have no idea what this, like, when I did this or what this is. It looks like I'm in the bathroom and it's a live picture. So on Apple live photos, you can press on it and it goes, like, it shows like 3 seconds of a video of it.
Gotcha.
And I'm like whispering something.
So now we have a mystery on our hands.
Yeah. And it's impossible to tell what I'm like.
If you would have died that day,
and that was the last thing on my phone,
we all would have been like, we got to figure out what he's saying.
I just got a notification from Hulu. Our phones are always listening. It's time to have Hulu. You already know it, but find out what else you could be missing. Scream emoji, coffee emoji, pizza emoji, duffel bag emoji, tennis ball emoji.
Also, fuck you too, George.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, the only problem with that picture you sent was I definitely don't have the patience to cut that out.
Oh, yeah, to try and get
that's some wild shit.
Hair out.
Yeah.
You might try some kind of automated.
It's fine. I already turned you into Tekashi.
Okay.
We'll do what we can with it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a white background. No big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to see. Oh, here we go. Watch.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No idea what I'm... Like, I whisper something, but you can't even tell what I'm mouthing.
Fupa.
Shwewu.
Shwewu?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to throw a marker to edit out
all this dead space. Yeah, I guess we're fresh out of town, guys. Tune in. Never. I don't know.
This is it. We made a year's worth of episodes.
If you do the math.
See you never.
Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to think what else happened to me this week besides getting called a terrible person. I was telling you out on the porch. I guess I'll tell the guests that I had my earbud incident at the gym. Just before my interaction with said gentleman calling me a terrifying individual, my body swallowed the plastic grommet on the end of my earbud and then was situated inside myself for 90 minutes.
Yeah, so you had been already dealing with that for over an hour before this guy told you were terrifying.
Yeah, and then I had to go home from there feeling those feelings only to get minor surgery from Becky on the couch to preserve the quality of my earbuds. And
how was your equilibrium while that was in there? Was there any pressure from it, or?
There was certainly pressure, but all of that was overshadowed by the intense anxiety of me wondering how deep that actually goes. And if I was going to, I don't know, swallow it by accident or something. I don't really know how the wiring works.
I don't think you can. Your ears do connect to your throat.
Hey,
but
your nose and throat doctor, right?
Right. But I think the passage between your ear and throat is a lot smaller than the passage between your nose and throat.
Yeah.
It's more about like a pressure. It's like a pressure release valve that goes down to your throat.
Yeah, that's. I mean, probably I could say it feels that way. But yeah, it was like 10 minutes into my workout, like just enough that I had worked up a sweat, to cause the suction
And
possible
lubrication.
Yeah, exactly, the lubrication. And then my earbud felt like it was falling out, I think. So I was going to like take it out and probably wipe it off a little bit and then put it back in. And that piece came out. And I think when I initially pulled out my earbud, that plastic piece was not
Now,
dangerously deep.
You're saying plastic, but is it like the soft rubber tip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Silicone. I guess.
Yeah.
So I reached in because I felt it or felt the blockage of sound and then pushed it in beyond.
Trying to like scoop it out.
Right.
You jammed it down.
Yeah. And probably like, if I'm being honest, probably like 4 more times throughout that whole workout. Like, was I like, I think I can get it.
You're trying to dig into it some more. Yeah. Sounds right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm on the bike at that point when I initially pushed it down in there. So I was either going to leave at that point. I was pretty close to a Walgreens. I thought about leaving to get tweezers and do it myself and come back. But then I was like, I only had a short workout planned anyways. And I was like, I can make this. So I just put the earphone like back in on top of it, kind of. I didn't push it in. I just put it like
You didn't try to like notch it back into it.
No. I just like put it back. I wanted to hear the music and not other people.
Sure.
So I put it back on there and I just kind of held it in place with my mask. I had one of the gaiters on.
There you go.
And then, I just finished my workout. It was pretty uncomfortable, but not the worst thing I'd ever been through.
That's nice.
And then I hadn't even seen Becky yet that day. So it was like, good morning. Would you mind tweezing something for me?
Which is she like, does she like the pimple popping videos and shit? Was she excited to be digging something out of your head?
I wouldn't describe it as excitement, but she was for sure down.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to ask her that question. I don't think she's into the pimple popping stuff.
Not that that's on the same level necessarily as a pimple popping. It's not super gross because it's...
She's ride or die though. Like she'll like, if I'm like, I need you to cut something off of me, she probably would at least give it a try.
Speaking of cutting something off of you, oh yeah, you still do have that little keloid. It was a lot bigger when we were kids.
Yeah. I stopped fucking with it. I think
sure.
finally.
You used to rip it off of yourself. Or you used to like pinch, squeeze on it and shit.
Yeah, I wanted
when we were
done.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
you were stabbing it and shit when we were kids.
Because it feels like you can get it out of there. But you just can't.
Yeah, I mean, the doctor could cut it out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, but whatever.
Now it's part of who you are.
Part of who I am.
Yeah.
I might just pierce it again at some point.
Was it from getting it pierced?
Yeah. An ear piercing when I was a young lad.
Mm-hmm.
Did it for the chicks.
Sure.
They didn't know about it, apparently.
Sure. Mine don't go through anymore. I got my ears pierced.
Yeah.
A handful of times.
I wish I could. I've always wanted to redo it, but at this point it's like, why?
I think about...
I'm a dad and shit now.
Yeah, I think about pushing it through. When I have my hair cut short, I think it looks decent if I got a couple of diamonds in there. But...
Yeah. What really happened with it ultimately was... ever since I thought about getting it re-pierced, I've been working at a factory job where I can't have piercings in.
Yeah.
You have to leave them in for whatever, 12 weeks or some shit.
Yeah.
So I can't.
My thing now, I mostly leave my hair really long.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know that'll be a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at keeping my hair up and away. So... I'm going to end up
what's the
my
point?
hair.
If you have long hair, you should rock the hair. I think hair takes priority.
Sure.
At this point, you've put in the effort now and the time where your hair is officially not medium length anymore. It's you're a long-haired gentleman.
Yeah.
I think you should go cornrows, personally, at this point.
What I just realized is that picture that I sent you is one of the first times that anybody Dangerously Strange followers have seen me with short hair or long hair.
Yeah, maybe.
Because all the ones we use are like those ones from when I had
old cutouts. Yeah.
Yeah, like the pink hair still.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'd like to introduce the new George. Georgia.
Long haired.
Georgina.
I don't know when I'm going to stop.
Giorgio.
Like, it's just now getting to where I can put it in a good ponytail and it all stays in a ponytail.
I guess it's my turn, dude. I think I might have to go full afro so I can do some Fifth Element Chris Tucker poofs.
Oh, you're gonna like box it out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably never going to do anything with my hair again.
No, you're just gonna keep it short forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good on you.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. You know what you kind of look like with those glasses?
Oh.
That guy from Westworld.
Haven't seen it.
The guy from Lady in the Water.
Haven't seen it.
The guy from... That's it. I ran out of...
Jason Alexander?
It's Jason Alexander. That's who I was thinking of. That guy's kind of like Black Jason Alexander.
Episode title: Black Jason Alexander.
Okay. I'll take it. Hey, I can't think of... I think his name's Rufus something.
Rufus from Westworld. We shouldn't be live Googling on the show. I feel like it really takes away from things, but what
it is what
do?
it is. Jeffrey Wright. Oh, that's a terrible picture of him.
Yeah, let me just see yours. I look like that guy to you?
Well, hold on. Wait, when he has glasses on.
I feel like it's not going to be better. That's disappointing.
A little bit, though. Like, can you see what I'm...
Yeah.
With the beard and the hair. His hair's grown out in this picture, but he usually keeps it. I mean, look at that picture.
I mean, I have to accept it. I can't tell you you're wrong, I guess, but it's just disappointing, you know? I really wish you would have been like, yeah, you look like this, this athlete.
I pull up Jason Statham.
Yeah, something, whatever. Somebody with like, that can reach the top of the refrigerator, at least.
That guy's a lot shorter than you.
Yeah, it seems like it.
That guy's a head shorter.
I can see just by his headshot that he's a lot shorter than me.
Yep.
Yeah. Who do you look like?
I think it depends on like a lot of factors. Facial hair, how fat am I? Because if I shave but still have the long hair and am fat, Jack Black.
2 on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I have someone in mind, but I can't remember his name, but I feel like I might be able to find him with a creative goog. So, hold court here for a second while I search.
If I have the long hair and shave and am not fat, I kind of look like the guy from Leverage. One of the guys from Leverage.
I'm not familiar.
Or Miley Cyrus's dad, Billy Bob Cyrus.
He just went down a whole peg in pop culture. He's no longer himself.
Nope.
You're just Miley Cyrus's dad.
Well, would you rather be Miley Cyrus's dad or the achy, breaky heart guy?
I'd rather be my thing, even if it was lame. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because let me ask you that question in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be Tom Hanks' son or Chet Hanks?
Is Chet Hanks the one that says "Bumba Clot"?
Yeah.
I'd rather be Tom Hanks' son.
Right.
Because I don't want to be myself, obviously, because I'm Chet Hanks, who already doesn't want to be himself.
Oh, this is frustrating me. I know exactly who.
This president!
Oh, well.
He keeps doing it, too.
Yeah, he's all in, for sure. But it's probably...
Is that who he is?
He's the Rasta.
But is that who he is, or is he doing that? We've had this talk before, I feel like.
Maybe. I feel like he's trolling,
Like at this point, that's what he's famous for.
Like he exists as a self-perpetuating troll.
Right.
And I think he understands that it's ridiculous, but also he has probably making money off of it somehow.
Maybe.
Probably not through the music, but through he's in the news and shit.
Is he making music?
I think so.
As like a...
Yeah, he's like a Rasta dude.
Oh, I didn't know he was that committed to it.
Yeah, dude, he's like a...
I'm gonna have to read about his life.
I feel like he's come up recently, like he's doing something or got in trouble for something, maybe.
Sure. I recently had a conversation with him contrasted against Shaggy, who is also, that's not his real voice. You know, Shaggy?
Yeah, but you don't question it because he's, of a certain pigment.
Yeah, like it's okay. It's more okay for Shaggy to be doing that than Chet Hanks.
Which, I mean, that's a problem, right? We should be more woke about this.
Realistically, it's just as bad for either of them to be doing that.
Sure.
Because they're both doing cultural appropriation.
Yeah. One of them is just more hilarious.
I don't know, Shaggy. I fuck with Shaggy. Yeah.
I mean,
there's more entertainment
time...
value out of Shaggy doing it. Like Chet Hanks doing it, it's just shock value.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, are you for real?
Stop. Like, just stop.
And then he keeps going. And you're like, we're ready for you to just say, just kidding now.
Right.
Like, we're all ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shaggy, there was a point in time where you couldn't not talk about it, right? You couldn't throw a "Let me come in the shower."
For sure.
Yeah,
that was the first song I ever downloaded on Napster.
That's a funny first song. Yeah, all right. I think mine was a South Park song for sure.
Okay.
It was, Uncle Fucker, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Because you couldn't find it anywhere. You couldn't just buy Uncle Fucker, Hot Topic or wherever.
Yeah.
All right, I got
comedy specials. I was downloading on Napster after Napster started taking off. Then LimeWire.
Yeah, Kazaa
after LimeWire.
Yeah, those were good times.
Oh, maybe flip that. I think it was Napster, Kazaa, and then LimeWire. And then torrents. After LimeWire, it was BitTorrents.
Yeah, I never got on Napster. That was that was already old shit by the time I got on the train. Because I just had friends that probably came to you for shit or something. I don't know. And then
I think we were all, by the time you and me were hanging out, it was already Kazaa.
Yeah. I fucked with Kazaa a little bit, but it was mostly like music. And then did a few movies, but I never had like a great internet connection. So it was like a waste of time. Because you download one, it takes you a week and a half, and then it's a bad copy.
Right.
And you can only handle that so many times before you're like, this is ridiculous.
For sure. And that's why it was such a crazy, like, mind-blowing experience when BitTorrents came out. Because the thing with all of those original file sharings, LimeWire, Kazaa, and Napster, was you were downloading that from a person's computer that also had the software running and had that thing in their shared folder.
Right.
You were from a person's computer. You and everyone else that was trying to download that file from that source were all downloading that from one person's computer. Right. And then BitTorrent was like, oh, you can just be downloading that from everyone's computer who has that file available for sharing at once.
Right.
So then it's like something that, like you say, would take like, it would load up and it would be like 473 hours to completion or whatever. And now it's like 3 minutes, 7 minutes, because you're downloading it from 49 sources.
Yeah, it was a different world. I mean, I remember the first thing I would do when I got a phone, for instance, would be, let me go ahead and organize my music and put all my music onto my phone.
Sure.
That was like a day one activity. And now I don't remember the last time I put music on a phone.
Why would you need to?
Why would you need to?
You have streaming. You sign into your whatever your preferred streaming account is that already has all of your music saved.
Yeah. And anything you can ever think of.
And everything else you ever want. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And you don't have to download it. You have to download an app. Yeah.
Technology, man.
It's the future. We're still not quite to where I would like to be with that particular aspect, in that, like, stuff that you want to use, some stuff you still have to have on your phone, right? Like if your pictures aren't on your phone and they're only in the cloud, when you go try and look at them, they're like grainy and like pixelated and shit until you like have it downloaded again.
Right.
And that seems stupid to me because we can stream Netflix in 4K. Why can't I just look at my picture?
Right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting till we get to the point where you can just pay one thing and they'll have all of it under an umbrella. Like you can I'll pay $100 a month if I have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Spotify, blah, 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 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Hulu was getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Hulu was really getting there. You know, they had HBO wrapped up into it. They had HBO wrapped up into
ESPN,
it.
right?
Yeah, they had ESPN. They had live TV on Hulu.
Yeah.
But then HBO came along and fucked it up. And Disney bought Hulu and then was like, but we're not putting our shit on there.
Yeah. Everybody's just trying to figure out
obviously.
like what's the best way to make money and capture an audience. Netflix is like probably still the leader, I would imagine.
Maybe.
I think everybody has Netflix, even if that's not their preferred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody just kind of has it as default. Like
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is basically like what having bunny ears was when we were kids. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Netflix is basic cable.
Yeah.
Like the bottom of the barrel. Like you got to have Netflix if you want to watch the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hulu is like stars. So, you know, like it's not a premium service, but it
has some cool stuff on there.
Yeah, like there's a couple of shows you probably want to watch, and it's only $8.
You won't miss it if you don't have it, but if you do have it, you're like, this is pretty cool.
Right. And now I absolutely don't miss it that I don't have it.
Yeah.
Like I downgraded from the premium one to the basic one, and immediately was like, this is why I had the premium one. I can't stand these fucking advertisements.
Yeah.
And it's the same advertisements.
Yeah, I've had advertisements the whole time, so I'm not really missing much.
It drives me crazy that it's the same. Even if it was just different advertisements. But I'm watching an episode of Bob's Burgers, and I have to see, like...
I'm just at the point now where I'm, like, actively trying to temper myself from upgrading or acquiring any new... Because I'm getting too comfortable with being like, oh, it's only $8. I'll get another one.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And then now
sure.
I'm like, we have a lot of shit that we're not even using, you know?
I've been trying to knock off even my, like, $2.99 charges to my phone shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Little add-ons. Little
for sure.
subscribees. Because I was to a point where that was like $50 a month of just, like, $1 to $4 subscription things.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm not, what the fuck is Tubi? Why did I download this? There was one movie that I wanted to see that the only place I could get it was on Tubi.
Tubi.
Yeah. And then for 6 months I was subscribed to Tubi for $3.99.
Wow. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm going to look for opportunities to convince some of the people in my house that are hooked on one service or another, like, let's just move it back over to Netflix. I want to get back down to Netflix only, and then maybe I'll do YouTube, like the paid version of YouTube. Not the YouTube TV, just YouTube without ads, because my daughter watches the shit out of it.
I wish that any of those services, YouTube TV, Hulu Live, whatever other online live TV streaming service exists that I don't know about. And if you know of it, audience, please hit me up and let me know if this exists, what I'm about to ask for. I need a TV service that you can change the channels up and down.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want my mom to be able to turn on the TV
and flip channels
and go through all the channels that she has up and down. And none of those services have that option. Like, you can click through the menu, like the guide, you can scroll the guide, but you can't just flip channels.
Right. And that's what she wants.
That's what she needs to be able to do. And so now we've got AT&T in here, and my mom flips through the assortment of channels that she has on AT&T, which are like, she has the basic broadcast channels, and in between each one of those basic broadcast channels, there's like 8 to 12 channels that are just advertisements the whole time.
Really?
Like home shopping or similar to home shopping, where it's the whole time it's advertisements. And then it goes up to the premium channels. And a lot of times I'll walk in and she's just watching
QVC.
Like a QVC type of channel.
Maybe it's soothing to her.
I don't think so. I think she just gets...
I'm so frustrated that I can't find this comedian that looks like you.
What's his name?
The issue isn't that I know his name and cannot type it into the search bar. The issue is that I cannot remember his name.
Or anything that he's done or about.
That's the thing. He's not like an A-level comedian, but God, is the look spot on. I think he quit comedy, actually. So that might be part of it.
Did he get canceled?
No. I think it was COVID and he just... Well, what's the deal? I heard him on a podcast at one point. I think he was like an alcoholic maybe, and then COVID kind of derailed him a bit. And he went back and got a regular job to get right. You know?
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Probably not a great culture to be in.
No, I wouldn't think
as an addict.
Well, maybe it is if he was proficient in writing and staying busy, and then maybe shutting down puts you in a different spot.
Sure. Could see that.
Anyways, I don't know. You got any final thoughts here? Or you want to take a quick break?
What do we got on time? 4:26. Shit, yeah, let's take a break. I'm going to have to do a bunch of editing on this, so we're not actually at that time.
Okay.
So let's take a break.
All right. We'll be right back for final thoughts. Bye.
Come one, come all to the Dangerously Strange online store and purchase your very own Dangerously Strange Shark Kit. Protection for when accidents happen.
Dan Saint Germain.
That's who looks like me.
That's who looks like you.
Okay.
All right.
Have you ever, or do you sometimes, because this happens to me a few times a year, I'd say, have you ever sneezed so hard that you can feel your entire central nervous system? Like
you get
and then it's like you feel like tense. Like maybe I'm saying central nervous system. I'm pretty sure that's like what's lighting up, but it might be my veins.
This is the question that you were like, oh yeah, this is a slam dunk.
This is a slam dunk. I sometimes I'll just sneeze and it like
so is this like
it makes me feel like paralyzed for a second, and then I ache from it.
Did you hold in the sneeze?
No. It's just a hard sneeze.
Oh man. See, I'm a holder inner. I to a fault will hold in my sneezes.
You're a kind of a sneezer, like
yeah, dude. Because to me, one of the most mortifying thoughts is to be one of those people that sneezes and it's real unexpectedly messy. Whether that mess ends up in your hand or out into the air, especially in COVID times.
Like if you had more mucus inside of you than you expected.
Right, and this
just blasts snot out.
Yeah, this predates COVID and all that. This is just like, I feel like at an early age, I saw an adult sneeze and cover their mouth and then just raise up to just like like a scene from Flubber, just like, or maybe Ghostbusters. It was like the pink slime. It was,
Sure.
And I just was like, that is very vulnerable. Like, what do you do? What do you do in that situation? Even getting a tissue paper at that point is like,
No, you might as well just take your shirt off and wipe your head with it.
yeah, you should just go back to bed. Try to get tomorrow.
Sure.
Like, yeah, so I'm a holder inner, but
I spent a lot of my youth like grabbing my nose.
do not disturb.
Do not disturb.
So I don't think I've experienced what you're describing. However, holding sneezes in comes with its own set of symptoms.
And danger.
Maybe.
You can rupture an eardrum.
Yeah, maybe. I've definitely gotten pushed the envelope past the point of where I thought it would be safe, like force-wise, many times. Like that. I don't know where the line is.
And it's no sneeze has ever made your whole body hurt.
Not in the way that you're describing. I've definitely had like all of my muscles tense up in an effort to hold a sneeze in, but there was nothing that would make me think it was my nervous system.
Not like a shock through your body.
It wasn't like that. It was like
you were like clamping down.
It was either I was clamping down, or I would say the other thing that happens is I test the resolve of my intestines. I'm like, is this about to be a hernia?
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because I flex my stomach so hard, trying to hold it all together, that I'm like, that one day that's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the inguinal right there, baby. It's going to.
I've definitely had sneezes that sent a chainsaw fart out of my ass. more than once. More than once.
I feel like I've been around for that before.
Yeah. Like it hurts. When I say chainsaw fart, okay, let's do an easier question. Chainsaw fart? Do you understand my meaning of that?
Yeah.
Where you just like it's hard and fast and it hurts your butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, at least you've had a chainsaw fart.
Yeah. I mean, today.
Sure. Okay. I would say it's kind of reminiscent of a hangover. Not the chainsaw fart. Back to my sneeze thing. You know how you're
like your butthole hurts when you're hungover? That's not the same thing.
No, but like, you know, when your blood starts thickening back up and you can feel it after you've been too drunk?
I guess.
Not?
It's been years.
Oh, clever. It kind of feels like an intense version of that.
Okay.
Like it's like a headache through my whole body that starts with an explosion.
So with the multiple sneeze, chainsaw fart scenarios, have you ever chainsaw sharted as a result of a sneeze?
From a sneeze,
I can't imagine it hasn't happened.
That's what I'm going to say. I can't imagine there hasn't been at least one time in my life that I didn't at least shit a little bit from too hard of a sneeze. I don't know if I've like full on shit my pants from too hard of a sneeze.
But you like...
But like for sure,
you wouldn't drop your pants for a guest without first doing an inspection.
For sure, I'll tell you unquestionably that I've had a hard sneeze that made me go, "Oh, I'll be right back," and go wipe my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I
feel like we're closer now.
I can't. You know, it's hard to remember a lot of details from when you're like super sick, but I feel like probably I've had the flu and maybe done a little bit more than just a check from a sneeze. Like while I'm like dying sick with the flu, shitting every half hour type of thing, I've probably blasted a good little toot out that was full of moisture during that time, potentially. Maybe not probably, but potentially.
Well, I mean, we'll put that one in the bag of trivia for the fans to reference later.
Sure. This is just a bodily issue heavy episode.
Yeah, I mean, chainsaw fart. I've never heard the term before, but I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I chainsaw farted.
Yeah, you should tell people, I would imagine.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's as good a final thought as any. You have anything else?
Chainsaw farts.
Chainsaw farts.
Follow us on Instagram.
Always pack a spare pair of underwear.
Do you want me to give you a shirt kit?
A shirt kit?
Yeah. Hold on one second. You'll be able to pick these up at the Dangerously Strange web store. This was invented in Modesto, I believe.
We're learning about this together, guys. I had no idea I was getting a shirt kit.
That's butter knives.
Butter knives. It's not under the butter knives?
Got a whole stack of butter knives.
Like metal butter knives?
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. He actually has a bag here.
Okay. I got the GI version of the shark kit.
Oh. Wow, this is legitimately a prepackaged.
Yeah, describe this to the listeners here.
Well,
we don't have a lot of time, but
start with pricing. It's 50 cents.
Yeah, well, don't say that because we're going to sell them for more on the internet. I bought them at a steep discount.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually bought them 90% off of the marked price. For being honest,
cut that out
so
if you want, but
I paid 5 cents for these tubes.
That's where I'm starting. It's okay. So yeah, it's a cylinder. I would describe it as roughly a third of the size of my wiener.
It's between a toilet paper roll and a paper towel roll on size, but a little bit wider. So,
right,
good for you. Good for you, man.
I would say, well, it's camouflage.
I also have the redneck version here in my hand, which is plaid.
Okay. Is mine a version? GI version. Okay. Oh, I thought it was like GI tract.
Right.
I didn't even put that together.
That's the military grade one.
Yeah. Let's see. It's wrapped in plastic. There's a picture of poopy underwear on it. The boxers' poopy underwear is serving as the H in shark. That's clever.
Sure. Go ahead and let them know what's included in your shark kit.
Is there a description?
Oh yeah, there's a list.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We got rubber gloves. Don't touch that mess, hot rod. We got wet wipes. Clean the area in question. You never know what will pull. What? I lost it. You never know they will pull a white glove inspection.
Oh, because military.
Yeah, I just lost the line. Underwear. Or you can go commando, your call, but it's out of uniform. Garbage bag. Police the area and secure all evidence. Biohazard sticker. Label the evidence bag. It's a biohazmat now. Okay. Matchbook. Use the ESE emergency smell eradicator as required. That's clever. Compass. Determine downwind direction and then use the special issue digging utensil SIDU to dig a hole and bury as required.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, they each have, there's themes. I only have the redneck one and the GI one. There was a few others back when these were released.
You bought these from a live person?
I bought these from a thrift store that was going out of business. So they were listed for 50 cents from the thrift store, but then the thrift store was going out of business. I got them 90% off.
Wow.
So they were
like,
whatever.
Here's $10.
2.5 cents.
Take these.
Yeah. But they were invented in like Modesto, I think.
Well,
Laughworks Enterprises, LLC.
Nice. Well, on that note, protect your butts.
Yeah, buy these at the shop. Dangerously Strange.
Yeah, probably for more than 2.5 cents.
They're going to be more than 2.5 cents. That won't even cover the shipping. I'll probably sell them to you for $1 plus shipping.
All right. I don't know, man.
Aside from checking out the shark kit on our shop, visit us on Instagram, where we have nearly 1,000 followers. You could help us get there.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Visit us on Twitter. We're not going to change our name. It's @DangerStrange.
Because those are words.
Yep.
We use those.
We go on there and post stuff sometimes.
Yep. Mostly episode information.
Follow Ben on Twitter @BennyDavid88.
Sure.
Follow me on Twitter @LeftyOdenbeard. Follow us both on Instagram. But first, go follow the show on Instagram, and then you'll see our handles in there. I'm not going to tell you now because I want you to go follow the show on Instagram.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And if you're listening to this anywhere but YouTube, go watch this on YouTube as soon as you're done listening to it here, because we need more followers and viewers and views on YouTube.
Watch for at least 1 minute.
Yeah.
Do us a solid.
Ideally, watch the whole thing. Just do what I do. Turn it on the TV and press mute. Just
or you can listen to it twice. Whatever.
That's your call.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for episode 52. It's a year's worth of episodes. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Stay dangerous. Did I put a marker?
No.
Oh, God.
The Dangerously Strange podcast is a production of Dangerously Strange Studios. Our theme music was created by Rick Russell. Special thanks to Nikki Costa, Mondo Martinez, Bradley Church, and of course, Becky Stone. Thanks for listening.